People, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. It means the world. Now, obviously, Arsenal and Leeds have drawn 0-0. Leeds United 0, Arsenal 0. How do you lot want it, people? Like, my mind is frazzled, innit? Like, I know international break, I was yearning for Arsenal. I was begging for Arsenal to come back. Like I didn't learn my lesson or shouldn't have learned my lesson, losing 3-0 to Villa. Begging for Arsenal, missing Arsenal. And now I wish we were still talking about Saka shining for England, because it's a funny one, you know. Before I carry on, credit to Leeds, you know. Leeds should be angry. Bamford should be angry. I guarantee when his girl tries to do the birds and the bees tonight, Bamford saying no, because he's thinking about his chances. Only thing you could criticise Leeds, watching that game from a neutral perspective, they should have scored 6 or 7. They should have done what Aston Villa done to Liverpool, you know. Bamford should have had 4. Glitch or Koch, I can't remember which one of them in the 40th minute should have killed the game. With Drago off the bench, he was just trying to score worldies against us, hitting the post and everything there. You know, is it Rafina? I can't say his name, or Rafia, I can't say his name. The Brazilian lad who started, he was doing a madness. You know, Luke Ayling had one of the best performances you can have against a former club. I think, you know, Leeds, the only thing they could be kicking themselves is they should have wrapped up their game. Wrapped it up in the first couple of minutes, wrapped it up in the first half. Wrapped it up going into half-time. They know second half, wrap it up. And definitely when we went down to 10 men. Now, how do you lot want to look at this? Because you can look at it as a point gained or 2 points / 3 points dropped. And I actually think it's best. It's both. Why I say it's 3 points / 2 points dropped? Because we got a point. And the positive is we moved up in the table and kept a clean sheet and didn't lose, I guess. Why I say it's that is because as much as I feel, and as well as take nothing away from Marcelo Bielsa and each and every one of those Leeds boys, but I think we contributed to our own demise, because I don't even... Listen, historically, I'm onto Arteta. As much as I believe in him, you lot know me, I've been very vocal on the lack of attacking intent, the lack of attacking stuff. It just hasn't been there in abundance. It's just been woeful at Arsenal Football Club and ultimately not to the level. But today I don't think it was a thing like that. Again, there was a lack of creativity, and I guess in terms of patterns of play, that's down to Arteta. I all think when we look at it neutrally, there was no El Nene and Partey. We knew there was going to be a lack of fluidity and whatnot. And I think it's on the players today. I think Ceballos is losing the ball needlessly. Xhaka done alright defensively, but in the transition, the attacking transition, we was too poor today. You know, it was too easy for Leeds to cut open, like you saw, for them to go from defence to attack. There was too many holes in ours, and we were too slow on the transition. So like I said, I think it was points dropped or 3 points dropped purely because we never started the game well. We never looked like a team that wanted to go out there and win. We didn't look like a team. In fact, we looked alright for 20 minutes. Let me not cap, but we didn't look like we really wanted to test their keeper, score goals, and really present issues and capitalise on the fact that this team has lost back-to-back games and conceded 8 goals. Why it's a point dropped? For obvious reasons. Leeds should have scored about 6 or 7 for 1. We went down to 10 men for 2. Of course, I'll take a point. We live to fight another day. It's not a defeat, but it just feels like a defeat because it continues on with the Villa game. Sandwiched in between the United victory, you obviously had the defeat to Leicester, and it's frustrating because whether we've won, lost or drawn, we're saying the same things about Arsenal, and obviously we're a bit frustrated. And like I said in my live stream, when I say poor on the transition, lack of creativity, players not standing up to be counted, stay on whatnot. Yes, attributed to today, but if we brought up Aston Villa, if we brought up even the United victory, Aston Villa, the United victory, Leicester, if I brought up today, if I put all of these comments I've just said and what you're saying and on a table and put the games, like the teams of the opponents we face, you would have a hard time shuffling which one come under one, people. You struggle. Whether we're winning, losing or drawing games, it's saying the same thing. And that's a byproduct of Arteta in an attacking sense, because he showed his defensive know-how. We got a point. We're not doing enough, and today I'm not really on him because he went with 4 at the back. I know David Luiz is missing. Congratulations to David Luiz. His partner's given birth. It sucks for me. Saka's injured. That sucks the most. And I didn't think he would play today. I said in my live stream I would have started him, but I didn't think he would play. He's played a lot of football. If Pepe doesn't get a red card, maybe Saka doesn't have to come on that field. And it looked like a knee injury. Me personally, I don't know nothing about physio, but I don't think he's going to play again this season. Again, I don't know nothing, but I'm always scared of them sort of injuries there, people. And I feel when you look at it, we went 4 at the back. He's gone a Bamian through the middle. Pepe has started, We can't complain. Like, it's there, people, you know. The attacking patterns of play, they're not there because we're not working on it. But the players, you know, if I'm a Bamian, yeah, I'm playing through the middle. This team has conceded 8 goals. I'm making sure I get on the score sheet. Pepe, I've been begging this Arteta to start, man. Now he's seeing what I'm on. Instead, you've given not that I feel Pepe shouldn't get more chances, but in terms of discipline, in terms of putting the collective before the individual, when you chose to try beef my man, can't complain if you don't play again. Arteta's looking for reasons not to play you. Now man can say you're not playing. Willian's hooked at half time, and Arteta, the allegiances to Willian are gonna harm your job, people. Willian has to play now because Pepe is out for 3 games for obvious reasons, people. But at the same time, if I'm Willian, I've been in Dubai, negative headlines. I've been playing poor all season, 2 assists in 10 appearances. Yet my manager still plays me, still answers the questions to the point where he's looking stupid when he's telling these press conference questions relating to me and defending my poor form. Let me give him a performance because he deserves that. I didn't do that when we played Liverpool. I didn't do that against Leicester. I didn't do that against today against Leeds. You know, go and give him a performance. You didn't do that. Joe Willock, I don't think Joe Willock was poor today, but to further highlight the point of players, you know, individually, before you know, consider the collective and how Arsenal can move up the table, but individually, you know, Joe Willock begging for a chance in the Prem. Done all right in the Europa League. Opportunities come, seize it. I didn't really see too many players that wanted to grab a first team shirt for Arsenal and seal it and hold on to it. I didn't see anyone that wanted to be protagonists and be difference makers. You know, like I said, you've got a 20-year-old keeper who, as good as he is, he's playing for a team that have conceded a crap load of goals, up there for the most in the team. He as good as I think he is, and you see my videos, I was watching him when he was at Lorient. He does have mistakes in him. He's shown it out. He's shown it at Leeds. He's shown it at his previous club. He's shown it at under 20 level. You know, test him. Capitalize on that weak defense and his inexperience. How many saves did he make? What save did he have to make? The only thing the only highlight he's probably going to have is obviously in the second half when Saka's come off the bench and had it. And Saka, you know, if I'm Willian, I should feel like an effing disgrace. Saka is playing like he's 32. You know, Saka is playing like the £72 million player for you, Pepe. Because, you know, Pepe, I don't think you helped Bellerin out defensively for as poor as he was. I think Pepe was doing okay until that crap happened. Because if you remember in the first half, that fluky cross slash, you know, cross slash, I don't even know what he tried to do if he tried to go for goal, but I'm going to call it a cross slash makeshift shot. It hit the post. It is firmly a cross. And he had that effort that glistened wide. I think Pepe was doing okay. Not that, you know, in line with everyone sort of thing and whatnot. But he shot himself in the foot. He chose to be stupid. You know, he chose to let them little handbags with Alioski get to him. Alioski's laughing. You know, you had the beating of Alioski on the football field. If you want to get him in a tackle. You don't need to get him on the head. But with VAR, there's no busting case for that. As you shown, you know, the one thing I will say to Pepe as well, you've been stupid because now you're the headlines. £72 million player gets one of his first starts, lets down his manager. You know, that's the headlines. Now, if we look at that penalty thing, you know, like I said, we got to look. I mean, the sending off. We've got to look at it with balance. I'm not defending Pepe. I'm not defending our players. It's all part of the collective calamity that we were today. Take away Pepe's red card. Did Arsenal Football Club do everything today to say we could get 3 points with 11 men? Of course it's a different game. Of course we could have made different subs and done different things and whatnot. Of course Pepe kind of made a bed that we had to lie in. Without a doubt, 100% agree, people. But we've got to look at it. You know, if Pepe, it's like Jose Mourinho and Troy Parrott. You know, fans of Spurs used to bang on about Troy Parrott. I swear he started one game for Spurs and Jose got onto him. He's like, you wanted him to start, this is why he don't start. Now Arteta can turn around and say that. You didn't put in the effort. And I'd say the players, historically there's issues, but in relation to this game, the players didn't stand up to be counted. You can't account for Pepe's foolishness, you know. The only guys I think did all right, clearly Leno. You know, Leno has all his criticisms. I don't think you could have asked Leno for anything. You know, I wouldn't say it's Gabriel's best of games. I think Gabriel went down like a tug. Tierney stood up to be counted, you know. Saka and Nelson did okay off the bench as well, and there might have been one more, but apart from that, everyone was poor. We was poor on the transition, you know. For me, the attacking transition too slow. We was letting them transition from defence to attack way too easily. We're chasing shadows. We're just doing the poor thing. Like you could see, you know, it's raining. It's a wet, windy night in Yorkshire. You could see the pitch, you know. Obviously, I'm not criticising Ellen Road. I'd love to play there, but you can see when they're trying to zing the ball, it's stopping, you know. So you've got to force it. You've got to put a bit more effort. You've got got to carry the ball. I saw elements of that from Tierney and Joe Willock, so I'm not even onto Joe Willock too tough. At least Joe Willock, he tried, didn't it? He's a bit rough, he's a bit raw. You saw today he's not the guy for breaking the lines, and he was really a passenger, but he tried to go down like a tug for me. He tried to go down fighting, he tried to accept it. I mean, not accept it. Not too many men did that, and that contributed to our defeat. Yeah, of course, we kept a clean sheet and whatnot, and considering the fact that we went 10 men, we're going to take that, but it's more of the same, you know. We're contributing to our own demise. We're consistently shooting ourselves in the foot, and ultimately this is why we're in the position we find ourselves in, and we're going to keep finding ourselves in because we keep putting in woeful performances like such, people. It is what it is in that regards, man. Obviously the poll saved us, Leno saved us, God must have saved us because he's just allowing Arsenal fans today. It is what it is, and for me, I further question the mentality. Not that based on the way we're playing, we need to just focus on mid-table. People, sorry for that. Everything's going wrong today. Apologies, full memory card. But as I was saying, not that we're rivals with any of them. The way we're playing, we need to focus on mid-table. But this is why I question the mentality, because it's another game where, with the exception of Liverpool and Leicester, if you're a Spurs fan or you're a Chelsea fan, you're laughing because, you know, you're hoping one team can take points of the other in the race for top 4 or even the league title right now, based on the fact that Spurs are first and Chelsea are second, you know. We knew what we needed to do, with the exception of the game playing right in front of me between Liverpool and Leicester. We knew what we needed to do. We knew our two London rivals in Chelsea and Spurs have already played. We knew what other teams were doing. We knew the ramifications in winning or losing, you know. Ironically, we're still ahead of City, you know. Somehow we've moved up the table, you know. Somehow we're ahead of Leeds based on this, you know. Leeds should be ahead of us, and only Leeds fans will tell you, but what's been going on with you lot's thing, if you're like this, you know. Watching that game, would you have believed that one team is ahead of the other and one team's come into this on the face of back-to-back defeats? You know, you wouldn't believe that about Leeds. We look like the team that's lost back-to-back games conceding 8 goals, people. We were atrocious today, and we have to face the music, but we have to move, people. We ain't got time to feel sorry for ourselves. The games are coming thick and fast. Wolves don't give a crap that we lost. I mean, that we drew, and it feels like a loss, and we lost the week before or before the international break. Jose's not going to care. And some of the chances that Leeds failed to score today, you think Harry Kane and Son and even Lascelles and them, man, they are not adding to their goal scoring things? You think Jose will, if Spurs went into half time the way this game went in, you think Jose, some man in that Spurs squad won't come out? You know, we can't feel sorry for ourselves. Our run to the end of the season is very tough. There's even there's some real tough games to be played, and they're coming week on week after. We've got many tough games, and you have to wonder, can we mount a consistent run together? Will we? You know, you have to consider a lot of things, and this is why I say, when they talk about the missing the fans in the stadium and stuff, would you be prepared for this fans based on how you played today, based on Villa? It's down to you as players and management to give us fans confidence. We'll always back you, we'll always sing, we'll always defend us, but you're not showing us any respect, because we're turning up game in, game out. Obviously not physically now, but we're investing our emotion and our finances into this thing, and we're not being backed up, and it is what it is, people. The game's been all gone. End of the day, we're down to 10 men, we nick a point. You know, we deal with what we need to deal with. I'm not excusing it, but it is what it is in that regards, people. We focus on Mulder on Thursday. We can't go back in time and change this result. And, you know, we just didn't look like a team that wanted to get 3 points. You know, like I said, their goalie, how many shots did he have to save? You know, 20-year-old going against someone like Aubameyang, you should be having nightmares. You know, he shouldn't have been able to enjoy his week. Now he's probably out there with a puffed up chest. After conceding 8 goals as well, his confidence should be on the floor. You know, if you score 1 against Leeds, it could have been a different game. But coulda, woulda, shoulda, ifs, buts, they don't win anything. We can only deal with the facts. Facts are we bottled it. Facts are we walk away with nothing apart from a point. With that, congratulations to Leeds, because I saw a team that looked like a team. I saw a team that listened to their manager. I saw a team that wanted to play for their fans, whether they're there or not. I saw a team that individually, nobody wanted to let their teammates down, and everybody wanted to stand up to be counted, and everybody wanted a first team spot. When I'm seeing Pandava and Redrago, nobody's happy to be on the bench. I'm seeing them man there, to be fair, our subs as well, but I'm seeing them man there look like players, look like, yo, Bielsa, you got to start rating me. I don't want to be on the bench no more. Do you get it? Bamford Pickford was missing hella chances, and like I said, he probably won't sleep today. He should have had the 4 goals, you know. He should have done the Arshavin. He should have had that sort of thing, people. But he was getting up in them positions. Their fullbacks, you know. Luke Ayling was trying the thing. Alioski and Jack Harrison putting a number of dangerous balls into the box. Their midfield worked very hard. You know, Calvin Phillips was looking like Iniesta, and he's a very good player, and he's shown why. Maybe not today, he weren't the best of games from him, not that he was poor, but he's showed something as to why he was a championship player getting called up for England. And, you know, it's annoying for me because now we're without the option of Pepe for 3 games, especially in the 3 games we've got. You need that either off the bench or whatever. Obviously, you're now scared about Saka's injury. I hope it's not nothing serious, but again, you're scared because he's the one player that looks like a player for Arsenal, that tries to play like an Arsenal player. It is what it is in that regards. We just have to hold our licks, people. We can't do anything more than that. On that note, though, I'm going to get out of here. People, DG.